Greetings and salutations, fans. It's Kirk coming to you from the hospital bed of love. And it is officially August 1st. Yay! Where's time flying? Flying. I don't think that's a word. I don't think it's a word. I'm pretty sure it's not a word. Flew. How's that? Time has flew by. Anyways, so, what did you think of The House? The last poem of Sonnet Sundays for the month of July. Did it disappoint? Did it keep you on edge? Did it make you feel like it was real and this was the madness that I've brought upon myself? I still can't get over that one lady from the shelter. So, anyways, so for upcoming, we have How I Love Thee, which I will have a funny story to tell you about how that one came about. So we have How I Love Thee, Symphony for a Sinner, which I cannot wait for you to read, and Lilies of the Valley. Now, the story behind How I Love Thee, that is my oldest poem/song. It was originally written in 1992, and even though I was a hardcore metalhead at the time, my favorite bands were Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, Testament. I was really into the thrash metal scene. How I Love Thee was a vision I had that had piano and violin, cello. This is before Apocalyptica showed that you could rock the hell out with a cello. And I eventually got into this band that we called ourselves the Vamp Tramps, which was after my name at the time, because I was a huge Charlie Chaplin fan, and of course, I'm the vampire king of literature. I love vampires. So, I joined this band with this guy, John. And he was dead set on wanting to record and get into the studio and make this happen. Well, so was I, because I really wanted to get involved and get a record out there. Well, John had one song. I had 4 at the time. And he's like, well, we'll need more. I go, don't worry about it. I'll have it covered tomorrow. He goes, what? I go, I'll have it covered tomorrow. So I wrote a total of, including the 4 I had, I ended up having a total of 12. His would be the 13th. I wanted there to be 13 tracks. Duh. Anyways, so we get to my song, and I told him, I go, listen, how I Love Thee, I want to sing it. And I've always my voice singing sounds like a walrus taking advantage of a small kitten sexually. If you don't know, they have the world's second largest wee-wees. Anyways, so we get to my song. And we go to a practice because he had a guy that he had lined up that was a drummer and a guitarist. It's like, okay, cool. Well, at the time I was a bass player. And I was taking more inspiration from like Mike Starr, Mike Inez, Ozzy-led bass players where the bass line was like No More Tears. It's like dun 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 dun, and that's the whole melody of the song, and the guitar adds to it. So I listened to his song, and it was harsh. It was definitely going for a death metal sound. And it's like, okay, give me a few seconds. I'm playing it in my head, and I came up with a really hard bass line. And the guitarist is trying to see what I'm doing to try and mimic me. And I'm like, no, dude, you're supposed to enhance what I'm doing. I'm the melody. The drummer's supposed to keep time with me. You showcase your talent the way you see fit. And he was only 16 at the time, so the kid was great on guitar. I mean, I heard him start soloing and brilliant. He just wasn't ready to be center stage, kind of like an Ozzy guitarist would be. And we go over, and we get to where just Johnny and I are sitting at my house, and we go over, and he's like, well, let me try singing the song. Just give me a chance. And I'm like, dude, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm playing with it on bass, and I still don't like it on bass. Because like I said, I'm envisioning piano and cello and violin. And he gets to it, and it's like, okay, I'll let it go. I'll let it slide. Show me what you got. I unplugged my bass, put my stuff away, and I looked at him. He was like, what are you doing? I go, I quit. He goes, why? I go, no, 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 I, no, not when it's piano and cello and you're death metaling it. It's not a death I love you song. It's a romantic poem, and it took me a long time to write, and I finally got it down to where it's where it's at now. But yeah, he that was the last band I was in, and that was the last time I played bass. I could not bring myself to play anymore. I didn't want to anymore. I just, yeah, John's got a special place in my heart. But Symphony for a Sinner uh, is going to be this month's Tales from the 13th. And it's really a great storyline about a gentleman who rips off his siblings of his mother's inheritance and his comeuppance, if you will. It's got that Twilight Zone-esque twist to it. So definitely take a look at it. It's well worth the read. And then Lilies of the Valley is just a song, not a song, as I'm talking about songs. It was just a poem I wrote that reminded me of my grandmother, because Lilies of the Valley are, excuse me as I cover up my mic, are my birth flower, and my grandmother used to have in her backyard a, just a small little garden of them. Now, I don't know if she planted them after I was born, or if she just had them there and it was just coincidence, but she had them there, and I wasn't the oldest, so I don't know. I never asked her. So I'd like to think that she had them there for me, or the anticipation of my coming. Dun dun dun! Oh no, it's him. Sorry. Cannonball Run joke if you don't get that one. Anyways, so those are what we have that are for this month. I'm not going to discuss the month following, which was September, but That one's a good one. Let's put it this way: September is Child Cancer Awareness, and I'll talk more about that when it happens. I have my Littlest Angel poem, which I'm trying to get musically done via AI, but yeah, it's not working with me. So I'm doing my best on that, and if I get that as a song, I'll definitely put that as a release. I will definitely have it up as the Sonnet Sunday. What I do have for you is I'm going to be releasing a short story for on the 13th that's going to be dealing with the Necro Realm. Yes, it is a short story from my Necro universe. So you're going to get to be introduced to Draco Lavinov firsthand in this tale and why he was considered, and still is, the Grand Inquisitor of the Vampire Council. He was the main vampire that they sent out, and if you had him knocking on your door, you did something very, very bad. So I won't go more into that because that's next month. But what else have I been working on? I wanted to show you, well, besides writing, I make rosaries and charm bracelets. And it's kind of hard to work without my glasses on. I could get contacts, but those cost me too much money. And it doesn't help me with nearsightedness. Or am I nearsighted or farsighted? I always get the two confused. I can see like this. I can see my hand, and you put it away. It's like, okay, it's a blur. But yeah, I have to have reading glasses if I'm wearing contacts. So it makes no sense because the majority of the time I have to have the glasses on. I might as well just wear glasses. So what I do, I had made 3 special ones today, is my charm bracelet. This is the Catholic charm bracelet, and I'm trying to get to it. It's a green crucifix. It's got on there is the Divine Mercy image, the Infant of Prague, the crucifixion, a St. Benedict's medal, the green crucifix, a miraculous medal, a Holy Family charm, Our Lady of Guadalupe, and Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception. So basically when I do those, I get my little handmade with love. I hook them together, and then I just take the sticky part off, and it's done. Now, if you're asking yourself, where can I get these? This is on my eBay store. I'm going to be setting these up today because these I made just today. I ran out of the older ones. These also come with can't really get a good picture. If I am, I can't see because my glasses aren't on. St. Michael earrings. And if you do order it, what I am giving away is I give away a free rosary for every rosary that you buy. I give you a free rosary that's been blessed. The one that you buy from me is not blessed. So if you want to, say, a Green Lantern-ish type rosary, which they're there, which I'll show you in a second, I can do those. So these, and if you can see, I do come with backers, so little stoppers so they don't fall out of your ear. And with the free rosary that I send to you, I also send out a free blessed miraculous medal. Sometimes I try to have them where it's the cord matches somehow the necklace, uh, the cord around your neck. It's an 18-inch necklace. Uh, I try to have it to where if it's like green, I'll try to have a green cord. If not, it's black. Uh, so this is what it looks like when it's done. And trying to, oh, okay, it's good. It's going to be behind the pillow. I have a tree filled with bracelets. Now, the other things that I have is, like I said, I made 3 of them today. A purple and blue crucifix. I also have in pink, red, white, yellow. I think I said red. Yeah, that's it. Those are the colors. So if you'd like to buy one, they are $14.99. I do try to. You think that it's like, oh wow, that's he gets a lot of commission. No, no. To be honest with you, I'll send you a discount if you put it on your wish list or if you put it in your cart to be interested in it. But to be honest with you, even with the discount, eBay takes so much from me. It's not funny. So I went toe to toe with one person one time. They're like $5 and you ship it to me free. It's like why don't I just give it to you for free too? Because technically, after eBay's done with it, I'll get 5 cents. So it's like, no, I'm sorry, dude. As much as I'd love to, there. That's not the only things that come with the packages. So when I do the $14.99, I also send you a little picture of the Divine Mercy, the Wilderness, a prayer card, and let's see what else. 2 prayer cards and a bumper sticker. So that's what I pretty much fulfill with the orders. So you're not just getting the bracelet and the earrings and the necklace, you're getting a lot of other stuff too. When I talked about Green Lantern, because this is the rosary, one of the rosaries I pray on, because I pray several at nighttime. This is my Green Lantern rosary. It's got a green cord, the green, light green for the constructs, and then the colors for his uniform. These are all handmade. They are pretty sturdy. You just don't want to turn around and it's like, okay, I'm going to try and put it in my head and start pulling like crazy, because if you pull too hard, you're going to undo the knot. So I'll be honest with you on that one. That does happen. I also do different ones, like this one is a Armed Forces Rosary. So if you want to support our troops, you have the Air Force, the Army, the American flag, the Navy, and the Corps. So you can send this to somebody if you're not sure which service they served in. I do them individually, to where if you wanted to do one just of the Marine Corps, I could have it strictly Marine Corps. The only difference between these that I would do is this I have as a smaller bead. I would make those larger for you. I like using the bigger beads, which are the faceted ones. I'll make a rosary that's all faceted for you, but I rather use the faceted beads as the Our Fathers, since they're the bigger beads. So, that's been my July. I did see my buddy who gave me this really cool Joker button, which is going to be going on my vest, my patch vest. I'll have to show you my patch vest next month, because this month I'm rocking the leopard print from the hospital Better love, baby. So, if you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up. I'm very reachable. Uh, you can reach me on my email, Vampire King of Lit. And you know what? Just the best thing to do is hit me on Blogger because that one would get me quicker. Uh, I'll have my Blogger site around below. If you could do me the favor of hit like, subscribe to my channel. If you want to become a supporter of me, because I live in an assisted living facility. Obviously, I have the coolest room though, so maybe I'll do a walkthrough of what my room looks like in a month or two. The reason why I say that is because right now I had just moved my Lost Boys poster to where I'm putting up my Lost Boys merch that I have. Buy it. The difference is that where I had the poster, I'm going to be LA Guns in the whole area because September I get to see my favorite band again, and I have a picture I want them to sign. I'm hoping that they'll also sign this painting that I got of them, which was really pretty. It's a screen print painting on canvas. So the only problem is it doesn't have their current drummer, which I feel bad for. So I'll hopefully have enough money to get him buy his drumsticks from him, so I can say, hey, dude, I'm so sorry. Here's a shout out to you. I got your drumsticks instead. Uh, yeah, links to my Buy Me a Coffee is down below, as well as my Patreon. Patreon does get a lot of stuff introduced early. So if you do wish to, if you want to catch Tales from the 13th before the 13th, that's one way to do it. That's for my, I'm a fan of his work and hire. I'm thinking about changing the names around just because in class, my classes are going well. Um, in the class, they had me at, they wanted us to come up with a moniker, which is where the Vampire King of Literature came from. Since I have three different things that deal with vampires, then plus the short stories. When I went through my poems, just started going to see how long I'd be able to do Sonnet Sundays, uh, I was surprised by how many were vampire. And it was like, ooh, obsessed much? But it's overall, that's why I came up with that moniker, and I like that moniker. Just because, like I said, I have two different series. I said three. That's because the elf. Um, there is a vampire in my elf series. Uh, but I have two different vampire series where that's the strict end of that. So, yeah, that's what we got. So if you can support, join my Patreon, get free early access to Character Corner, Sonnet Sundays, and the Tales from the 13th. And I'll post different videos there. I'll do my Q&As there when I start getting enough questions and people who are interested. Um, yes, that is a picture of Ricky from Better Off Dead. I did give one to my wife as a joke, and she's looking at me like, why the hell did you give this to me? And I'm like, it's Ricky from Better Off Dead. How could I not give it to you? Which eventually I'm going to get that blown up to an 8x10, so I can put that as the Christmas picture up. So if you haven't seen Better Off Dead, I highly recommend that you do. It is such a funny John Cusack movie. It's so worth it. So other than that, I thank you so much for hanging out with me Sorry for if I'm been a little bit long-winded. Hopefully, I made it worth your while. Is it worth your while? Yeah, baby. So, again, if like, share, subscribe, please. And if you can, either buy me a coffee or join me at Patreon. And again, Blogger is where I'm putting up the majority of my stuff. You can also hit me up on my Facebook page. You can follow there. I do put everything up there as too. But Blogger is where I'm putting up my blogs, my vlogs. I already got everything scheduled for until the end of the year, so I'm good with that. So other than that, from my Funko collection to yours, have a very safe journey. You take care, guys. Bye bye.